A typical commodities transaction. Typically, commodities transactions take place on a formal exchange in the form of standardized contracts. What this means is buyers and sellers who have interest in the underlying commodity place orders with the exchange, and if their interests are matched, a trade will be executed, whereby the exchange behaves as counterparty to each side. Now, when it comes to settlement of these contracts, they can in fact be either cash settled or physically delivered. Let's consider the cash settlement first. Now, this means typically in this kind of a transaction, the buyer of the underlying commodity doesn't actually require the physical delivery of this commodity. And it may well be that the seller doesn't even have it to deliver. Now, this doesn't mean that these contracts are purely for speculation. They are very important risk management tools as well, whereby at maturity, cash settlement takes place, or the net value of these instruments is exchanged at maturity. So what about a physical transaction? Well, let's consider now that the buyer and the seller do need to exchange the physical commodity. Perhaps the buyer is a miller and actually needs to take ownership of the grain. They will still transact via the exchange, but now the exchange will require a silo certificate to be produced by the seller as proof of ownership of this underlying asset. The silo certificate then is very much like a share certificate, providing proof of ownership, but it will also include the type of commodity, the quality of this commodity, the volume, and of course the location of the commodity. Because don't forget, commodities need to be transported. Thank you. The next section we'll be looking at commodity forward markets.